Welcome to another episode of Roundtable with Steve. We're here today with Siobhan Nicole. Siobhan, tell us, what is it exactly that a branding person does?
Okay. I consider myself a glamologist. And so the name of my company that I have as a brander is called Business Glamonomics. And I consider it the fashion of business, because when you're branding your business, you definitely want to make sure that it is cohesive all the way through. So what I try to do is I try to help my clients and other entrepreneurs basically have their business image, their branding of their business match their ideal client, so their ideal client can ultimately know that they're speaking to them.
That's pretty good. So you're pretty much like a matchmaker for businesses.
A matchmaker between the business person and their ideal client. So yes, I am the matchmaker.
Okay, and how's that going so far? How long have you been in business?
Well, I actually fell into branding because I've been a stylist for umpteen years. I don't want to give away my age, so I won't go there. But I've been a stylist for many of years, and I decided when I graduated high school to go ahead and go to graphic arts school because I love arts. And so I went to school for web design and graphic arts. And doing that, it gave me a love of seeing images come together and speaking through image. And so I, later on down the years, being a hairstylist, I decided to finish doing hair school and everything. It's like the two married each other, you know? And I kind of fell on just being an expert brander by happenstance. A lot of people asked me to help them with their clothing and help them with their photo shoots or help them with their ideas and stuff like that. So I became a creative director for just because I was good at it. And it's nothing I thought about making a business out of until last year. And I decided to go ahead and decide, okay, well, yeah, you're knowledgeable about this, and I have been doing it for 9 years. I just haven't been doing it as a business. I've just been helping people. So I fell into it, and now I just help other entrepreneurs. Either they need to have a creative director but can't afford one on a full-time pay, what do you call it?
A full-time basis?
Yeah, they can't afford it on a full-time basis, so they hire me as needed. And then also I help other entrepreneurs really figure out how to brand themselves so that their company can actually make money and compete with big contenders and big companies.
What do you say to clients who say, I can't afford this? This money I can probably put into something else. How do you show them the return on their investment, for something like whatever the cost is that you would charge them?
Right. Oh, that's a really, really good question. Some people think that branding is not that important when it comes to your business. But really, truthfully, it speaks volumes. You know the saying that says one picture says 1,000 words?
Yeah.
So could you imagine your business is speaking to people while you're not even saying anything to them. So the image of the business itself is speaking. So the return, the ROI, the return on their investment, it's a big difference. I really can't break it down numbers wise, but when I come in, I can give you an example of one of my clients that I just helped recently. Okay. She's been a coach for a really long time. She's been she's kind of developed her brand. She struggled to get people to sign up to her courses, to come along with what she's doing. Like, she would really have to sell them one by one, and it was very difficult. So for her to reach the $1,000, it would take her a lot of work.
Right.
She decided to come to me, and what I did was I broke her whole business image down as a self branded person. So I took it, I broke it down to the bottom, and we built her up. Now, all she has to do is post one post with her new business image, and people say, oh, I get it. I understand who this person is. And she now has people signing up left and right. She has to turn people away now.
Wow.
Because she cannot hold. She hasn't reached the brink where she could hold that much people in her webinars, or she would have to do multiple webinars now to fit the capacity of people that she's getting in, because just by her branding change.
Right.
Now people understand who she is as a coach, what she represents, and what she's trying to say. and it was all with images. She never changed what she said. She just changed what her business image looked like.
So do your clients have to be in South Florida, or could they be anywhere? I mean, what if a person in New York wanted to use you as a coach or as a branding person?
Right, as a creative director, I absolutely 100% do everything I do online. I have online meetings with my clients. I actually share my screen with them and show them creatively what I'm thinking would be great for their brand. And so everything is digital. So I have clients, I have one in Australia.
Wow.
I have one client in Australia. I have one client in California, and then I have several clients on the East Coast. And so I barely meet with clients in person. I have probably a couple that's in my network here in South Florida, and we meet on a regular. So I see them all the time. So that's it. Thing.
Now, I know that a lot of times entrepreneurs don't have the budget that the big companies do.
Right.
So, I mean, they can't put out thousands and thousands of dollars.
Right.
What kind of money are we looking at, or how? I mean, is it very expensive to brand?
No, you can. There's a lot of inexpensive alternatives that there is to branding. When I put together my courses for my clients, I have a 40 days to launch course where you would go through with me, and I will give you all of my contacts, all my lists of things and resources that you can use to brand your business on a budget. You don't have to have a lot of money. When I opened my company, my hair company, I did not have a lot of money to brand my business, but I found ways around spending the big dollars and cost-effective ways. And when you see the brand that I have created, it looks like $1 million brand, but I really did it on a minimal budget. Like, honestly, I had $1,500 to do my whole entire company, and with branding, I believe I used about $400 of those dollars on branding.
Wow, that's really good.
Yes,
that's
and it like I said, it looks like $1 million company.
All right, now let's say a company wanted to do something that that was a little bit more out there. Like let's say they wanted to do a really huge production, a really huge branding market.
Yeah.
Can you handle that as well?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I actually have a network and a team of people that I work with. So it's not just me solo. It just depends on what your budget is. I can definitely accommodate it. I have from SEO experts down to marketing experts that I work with that if you're a company and you want to put on a big campaign, we definitely can come up with slogans and everything that would be creatively unique to the industry that you're in for you to be able to push your brand to the person that you're really trying to reach. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about reaching that end customer. And that is what I help corporations, entrepreneurs, and businesses do. I help them turn their brand into bank by reaching their ideal client with images.
I like that. Turn your brand into bank.
Yes, turn the brand into bank.
Make a song out of that one. I like that.
Yeah, I bet you they can do that. They make songs out of anything nowadays.
Yeah, Jay-Z, if you're listening, make a song out of that, okay?
And make sure you send me my check too. Thank you.
So what about what kind of businesses won't you do? Because I'm pretty sure there are some limits to some of the things that people want,
Can I be honest with you?
Sure.
As long as it's not my business, I can definitely create for anything. I really don't have no, I will not create for that. But me personally, like, I have ethics. There's certain things that I won't personally do, but I'm helping the client, so therefore it doesn't have to be my taste. My thing is that when I brand for an identity of a company, not for who I am.
Right.
Because my aesthetic is not everybody else's. You know what I mean?
I
So
understand,
yeah, so for sure. Like there's no limits or boundaries to what I will create for. As long as they're not trying to have me do anything morally that I'm not into, I'll create. I definitely can create and help come up with ideas and concepts.
Okay, that's good. No, I'm pretty sure sometimes people come to you and they don't have an idea. They don't know what they want. So you take it really from the concept. You actually come up with that concept for the person.
What the best way to describe it, I would say, is the thoughts and the emotion that you have on the inside for what you want. I help make it tangible. So I have a series of questions, and when I work with my clients one-on-one, just depending on what stage that you're in, if you're really trying to birth out a new concept, I would rather have a one-on-one with that person so that I can set up my 4 pillars. That's what I call it. I have 4 pillars that you have to have set up in your brand's identity in order for it to be an actual structure. Once you stray on the outside of those pillars, you no longer have the same identity. So I like to work one-on-one with the client so that we can actually get that whole concept and create those pillars so that we can actually launch the brand out.
Okay, that's good. So pretty much you have your own template that you created
Right.
on how you should do how it should be done.
Yes.
And it's been tried and proven many times.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'm grateful for the testimonies that come back to me from my clients that have taken their concept, and we've worked together, and they've taken a concept and I basically helped them take it from nothing to something, and now they're actually making money on it. To me, it blesses me every single time. It really does. It blesses me every single time. But it's definitely proven, and it definitely works. Honestly, I'm not going to say it's the same structure because to me it's unique because I am unique. But these major corporations that have branding and great creative directors, trust me, they're using the same type of template, but they have big marketing dollars to do that. And
Right.
I'm able to work with people and teach them how to do it themselves. So when you want to, say, okay, Siobhan, I'm ready to step back and I'm going to do this on my own, they can actually walk on their own and create a new campaign and it still stay within the brand's identity. And they won't lose their ideal client.
Now, I see sometimes companies, and especially with small companies, they'll create a logo, but then they have the logo in different colors, different things, and they
Right.
think just because it has their name on it that's branding.
Right.
Explain to me about that. Is that something that's good or bad? What, right or wrong? How does that work?
It's confusing to the customer. I don't want to say it's wrong, but it's wrong. You know what I mean? When you create a brand, it should have its own identity. And as you, with your own identity, and me, I have my own identity. 4 years ago, even 10 years ago, you're not the same person that you are today.
Right.
Right? You have evolved, correct? But yet you're still who you are. Your identity never changed.
Right.
Your image has changed. Your clothes may have changed. Your attitude may have changed. A little bit of the perception changes. This is what I try to help my clients do.
That's why we have Throwback Thursdays.
That's why you got Throwback Thursday, so people can see who you used to be, right? Please don't go look at my Throwback Thursdays. It's so bad. But all in all, if people see, they know that you are still who you are. Your identity never changed. You have just evolved. So when I try to help my clients or anybody that I work with understand that your brand is an identity. Now, will it evolve during time? Absolutely. But the essence should still ring the same. So changing the colors every week, it's like you have an identity crisis. You don't know who you are. So how could your ideal client know exactly who you are? They won't know. Like a great example is
point.
Starbucks. Starbucks has been around since 1979 or something like that. Don't quote me, but I think they've been around that long. And throughout the time of them being a company, they actually still have the same concept of logo.
Right.
It's just evolved throughout time. It's just gotten that little sea serpent lady that's on there. She's just gotten bigger a long time. And then at one point they used to say Starbucks tea and coffee. They listed everything they had to do for the brand, but then now it just says Starbucks. It doesn't, because they're already known. But my whole point is that they never changed the identity of the company and the way that it looks and appeals to their client. They just evolved. So with all that logo changing, color changing, and one week your website looks like this, the next week it looks like that, one week your marketing campaign looks like this, and then the next week it looks like that, I say that it's going to confuse your ideal client.
Right.
And people who have been watching you are going to say, well, I have no clue what they're trying to do, so I can't buy. They're going to be very confused and overwhelmed, and they check out after they do that.
So tell me about some of the brands that you've created.
Well, like I was saying to you before, I actually fell into this by being a coach and a creative director by happenstance, just because I've realized that I was pretty good at it. While creating my own personal brand, like I said before, I've been a stylist for a lot of years, and I used to own my own hair salon. And having my twins, I got super sick, and the economy at the time was kind of sticky. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember back then, but the economy was really sticky, and so I had to pack up my salon and put it in my garage. And for a while I didn't think I could start anything else. But one tax season I decided, listen, I'm going to take this money and make it work for me and my children. So I decided to create my hair company. I've been testing it for years. I've been searching and researching and ordering and finding vendors and stuff like that for a long time. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to take this money and I'm going to actually launch my own brand. And a lot of women now, and thank God for the entrepreneurial spirit, have been taking hair companies from overseas and stamping their name on it and calling it their company. But I literally didn't want to do that. So I created my own hair company, my own empire. So not only do I have hair extensions at my company, I actually design and create the type of extensions that they are. They're not just regular average go to the beauty store buy them hair extensions. They're designed by me. And then not only that, I actually took that concept and said, okay, what do the people really need? We really need a good shampoo and conditioner product to maintain our expensive extensions. So I created my own hair care product line for my hair extensions. So I said all of that to say this, is that I created this brand from the bottom. And when people come across it, people that I don't know, they're like, oh my goodness. We can see the opulence in this brand. We can really tell that this brand is really what it says it is. The name of it is Peruke Luxury Hair Company, and my whole tagline is wear your royalty. So I want women to feel like that they are crowned and that they feel great about who they are. And it's not necessarily about the hair, but it's about something about putting your crown on, that you hold your head up high and you become, just the royal that you are. So that was my whole branding behind it. And just that alone and exuding that, now when women, and this is from coast to coast, I don't know them from anybody, but when they hashtag wear your royalty, you can just see the presence that they carry. They really feel like there's something in somebody. So that lets me know that when you really create an identity for your brand and you make it clear and concrete to your ideal customer, it'll be able to transcend and then to become a forever fanatic buyer. And that's what I did. I created a company from nothing at all into something where it's becoming a nice brand name, not just something to do and switch out of. It's like brand loyalty. They're pretty loyal to me. They don't want to use, well, let me say, they're pretty loyal to the brand.
Right.
They don't want to use anything else. They love the brand.
That's good. That's very good. And you teach other people how to do this. You make this happen for other companies and other entrepreneurs.
Yes, my specialty is women because I'm a single mom, and I really felt like I needed to stand on my own 2 feet. I needed to do something, that I was going to create something for my children to leave back for them, and I wanted stability for them. So I ring a little special part in my heart for mommies and helping them create their own beauty brand. You might as well create it. You already love it. You're already using, you're already spending your money on it, especially stylists. We're already spending money to go make other people rich. Why not make ourselves more profitable at the same time? So I teach a lot of salon professionals, a lot of beauty professionals, makeup artists and hairstylists and massage therapists and estheticians how to take what they know as a service and turn it into a business to build their own empire. So that's my specialty. Now,
let me ask you, a person comes to you, let's say, for example, like you just said, you have, a special fondness for helping women get into business. A woman comes to you and say, I want to get into business. I want to do this, but I'm not sure where to start. Is that something that you would help her with? You can take her from her concept all the way, or does she already have to be in business and then say, okay, well, I want to do the branding?
No. Well, I have 2 levels of women. Like, I have programs for each and every entrepreneur, whether you haven't become an entrepreneur yet and you've always wanted to be, or you're already in business and there's something missing and you need that extra push. I have a program called Brand New, BRAND New, and it helps you launch your own beauty brand in 40 days.
Wow.
40 days to launch, but here's the kicker about it. It's with minimal money and it's using other people's capital to launch the company.
Huh.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's very good. Now, at what point should a person start thinking about their branding and about the budget for their branding? So let's say a person says, I want to start a business. Should they brand first, or should they? Because, like,
Right.
for example, I drive by and I'll see, for example, there's a sign that says Walmart coming soon or Popeyes coming soon, and they're really branding at that point, but the
Right.
store isn't there yet.
Right. Right.
Or like we might see, like here in Fort Lauderdale, before we had a Sonic commercials were playing for a year.
Right.
So I thought it didn't make sense. I'm like, well, there's no Sonic. Why are you playing a commercial? So explain that a little bit to me. I mean,
Yeah, that's a really good question. Let me tell you how good that is on a couple of different levels. It's good because, first of all, those brands are already known. They're already established.
Right.
They already have an identity. So for them to brand an area before it even comes, it's strategic. They want to keep on subliminally, because it's really, branding and marketing really is a chess game and not a checkers game. So they know who they're playing.
Right.
They know their opponent, and they want to continue to show you their name. They want to continue to show you who they are. Even before they get there, they want you to say, oh, it's coming. So now even when you pass by on the street, you're in anticipation looking for where it is. So that's their whole play behind that, which is genius, if you ask me, as a brander. But now if you're a company and you're starting up and you're trying to build a brand and no one knows you, it's not that easy. You have to create the identity of the company before you even create a logo. You have to understand who the company is before you create it. Let's take your logo, for example. Okay? Let me tell you, I love it on a lot of levels. Like, I am a person that really nitpicks people's things, but let me tell you why it's great and how it will work for you. Okay? On many different levels. Now, let's say you did not know what you wanted to start. You just wanted to do just a telecast or whatever, right? And then you want to put up a logo, right? And you just made a logo, said Steve. You just decided Talks with Steve's, right? And you just put up a logo. But this logo rings to your brand because it has so much imagery in it that it speaks before you even say anything. You can take out RoundTable and you'll be able to still see it's people sitting at a table.
Right.
It's a business table. If you were to take out, you understand what I'm saying? So,
Right.
so your imagery of your actual logo matches the identity of your show, of the brand, because it's Round Table with Steve. So here's the table, here's the round. Even so, you're still having people sitting at a round table. So it rings strong with the brand. If you don't know what you're doing or who you're selling to or what kind of company it is, you cannot create a logo.
Right.
Because the logo should speak to who you needed to talk to without it even having words on it. It should speak. So that's just the thing that I try to tell my clients all the time. They say, oh, well, Siobhan, can you help me with a logo? And I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? We need to know what you want to do and who you want to speak to.
Right.
That way we can talk to them through our images, and that way you can be successful. Because you can get a logo all day, but it won't make you successful.
Exactly. It's pretty
Yeah.
much like going somewhere and say, hey, I'm going, can you dress me? And then they say, well, where are you going? You're going to dress different than if you're going to work than if you're going to a cocktail reception or to church, or, or to the beach.
Telling you, business glamonomics, the fashion of business, is exactly what I talk about all the time. You
That's very
have
good.
to know where you're going and who you're going to show up to and how you want them to perceive you.
True.
And let's even say it like this. I learned a long time in speech class presentation class. You know, when you had in college, you got this presentation class. They teach you how to speak in front of people. One thing my professor said to me that really stuck with me, and I keep it with branding, is that if you are the speaker, you should always show up dressed a notch above everybody that's in the room.
You're right.
So if it's a casual business event and you're speaking, you need to be business casual, right?
Right.
If it's a business casual event for everybody else, you need to be in a suit and tie, correct?
Right.
And so now if it's a suit
Even
and
though
tie,
I'm not wearing a tie right
yeah,
now.
no, it's okay because you're chillaxing with me. But if it was just a regular suit and tie type thing, then you need to be in a 3-piece suit. You need to be down to the T like you're going to the Grammys, right? So that right there rings in who you are as a brand. I say the same thing. If you want to stand out from the crowd, you have to dress yourself and your business a step above everybody else. That way you're noticed and you're seen and people know who you are and know that, hey, I need to pay attention to that person because they're about to say something really important.
Right. True, true. Some of our viewers might know the name Siobhan Nicole. Now, where would they know the name from? What kind of things have you been doing?
Well, just recently, we're in 2015 now, right? So the years go by so fast now.
Yeah.
It's like, really? We're in 2015 and it's almost half a year. But I was just published in a magazine called Life and the Single Parent. That's Life and the Single Parent. For being Entrepreneur of the Quarter. They actually wrote a whole full-page ad about me as being a single mom and starting up a company from nothing to something and actually making something for myself and my children. Also, last year in 2014, I actually was nominated as Hair Icon for starting my company and doing beyond just hair care. I really wanted to focus on women who had alopecia and to help them with feeling great about themselves. So I was nominated as Hair Icon. I didn't get it, but I did have the nominee.
It's very good.
Yeah, I was a nominee for that. And so, within this whole 2 years, of my company starting my own business, it's been a blessing because through these years that I've started my company, I've been getting a lot of traction when it comes to my business, and also a lot of being noticed and recognized for the things that I'm doing. So just in the community and then just for being a Black woman entrepreneur. So I'm excited about those things. And so when people Google me, when they hear my name and then they Google me, like that's what really would come up. You would see me and it will have those type of titles on it.
Okay, and I understand that you're also on talk radio.
I am. DODradio.com, you guys, you should totally listen to it. It is a radio station that basically you can take with you wherever you go. So if you're at home and you're working, like I work from home. So like because Monday through Thursday, I'm a creative director. And then Friday through Sunday, I'm a hairstylist. So I literally, while I'm working, I go to DODradio.com. It's clean. The music is current music and throwback music, and it's amazing. But on that same station, I am a co-host on this show called The Bang Session Show, and it's on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. But let me tell you about The Bang Session. I have to tell you, these guys really go in. It's like about hip-hop culture.
Wait. Listen, I'm going to clear it up for you guys. Explain to me about the Bang Session Show and how the guys really go.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too good.
I know, it does, right? The Bang Session Show. But you know what? How I talk about it's like the chitty chitty bang bang. We talk about what's banging, what's going on in news, in pop culture, in hip hop culture. And we talk about issues, real issues, and how we can make real solutions when it comes to, these youth and the kids and things like that. Now, these guys, they do talk about some real stuff now. They do get a little X.
Hey, real life is real life.
Yes, but I am the voice of reason on the show. So, you have to have that one woman to kind of like settle the guys down. So that's me. I'm the radio personality, the Siobhan Nicole on the Bang Session Show. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love the DJs that I work with. DJ Jay Williams, he's amazing. He's the host of the show. I love where his mindset is, where he's coming about really just trying to help the youth and everything like that, but bring it to them where it's about hip hop culture and draw them in with that, but really have a message behind it. So.
And with 2016 coming up, and this is actually a very important election for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have a black president running, but
Right.
but it's still a very important election because we
Right.
want to be able to elect the right people, so we don't go through the
Right.
same problems that we've been having, like in Ferguson and Baltimore and things of that sort.
Yes.
So, are you guys touching on things like that in the show?
Absolutely. We're touching on what is going on in Black America.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we're talking about helping the youth when it comes to Black men and even Black women, young women and young men come up. You know what I mean? We just did one of our last shows was about this janitor, how he decided to open up a boys' school. I think it was in New York. I'm not sure. I don't quote me, but he opened up an all boys school, and he has 0% dropout rate, and every last one of them graduated. Like, that is amazing. Like, we talk about not only the things that are going on, the negative issues, but like how this man who's a janitor, he's not even a celebrity. He's not even what anybody would consider anybody, but yet he's trying to make change in our communities.
Right.
So that's what we kind of touch on. We touch on those kind of issues like, okay, you know, society might say that you're nothing, but you can do your part.
Exactly.
And helping the next generation come up and be somebody and become something, because they're our future.
Exactly.
And so that's what we do touch on issues and things like that. Politics and, you know, the things that are going on in Black life right now. And me being a mother of young Black boys, it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
It needs to be talked about and touched on. We all need to do something about it. We all need to come together and do something about what's going on.
How would people get in touch with you if they wanted to, to use you for marketing or for branding? How would they get in touch with you?
Okay, awesome. Because I'm a creative director and I do have different people working with me, I usually, right now at this time, I'm like trying to build my own personal branding so that it can be on point. Like I said, I fell into this from being my own company. So I just, right now, I have people contacting me on Facebook. And my Facebook is the Siobhan Nicole. Everything I do is the. Americans say the. Island people, we say the.
Exactly.
So it's the THE Siobhan Nicole online, and that's my name on Facebook. It's the Siobhan Nicole online, and they can contact me there. It's connected to my cell phone, so I'm always
available.
I'm always available. Yeah, definitely, for sure.
And the link will be on the bottom of the page. It should be on the bottom of the page right now, as a matter of fact.
Or they can always email me too, also at thesiobhannicole@gmail.com.
All right. And if there's one word that you could leave, or one, just an idea or thought you could leave with our viewers today when it comes to branding, marketing, and even entrepreneurship, what would that be?
I would leave this, my favorite saying that came to me in prayer one day, and I live by it. Preparation is the opportunity for good success. Wow. Always prepare yourself so that you can become successful.
That's good. That's good. All right. Well, I thank you very much for being on RoundTable with Steve.
My pleasure, Steve. My pleasure.
Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you heard from Siobhan Nicole, and she explained to you about the importance of branding your business, the importance of having a good logo, and even how easy it is for you to get into business for yourself. Entrepreneurship is not as hard as a lot of people think it is.
Absolutely.
It's just that you have to take the first step.
Absolutely.
That first step is to actually call Siobhan Nicole or to send her an email.
Yes.
Okay, once you do that, she'll explain to you how easy it is, and then next time you'll be the one sitting here in my chair. Tune in next time when we actually speak to a local author who would take you behind the burqa and show you life inside of the Muslim community. Things as, for example, like where she wasn't able to go to school past the age of 12, but she had to beg her parents to go to school. These are a lot of things that we take for granted here in the U.S., but she'll show you how you should actually cherish the things that you have.
Awesome.
Okay, until next time, stay safe, take care of each other.